Hello, chat. How's it going? I was muted, wasn't I? Well, I'm not now. Alright? I'm not now. And I was telling such an interesting and fascinating story. But it's great that I was the only one able to hear it because it was too interesting for you guys. First of all, I thanked Thomasine for becoming a member. And secondly, I was saying that the reason I am late is due to the fact that my wife found out about OnlyFans. Like, she did not know about the existence of this website up until now. You gotta understand, Romania, different culture. People are more cynical, more pragmatic. Like here, it's important to go to work, make money so you can put food on the table. You don't really have time for all the internet nonsense. So anyway, right, she finds out about OnlyFans. And this is from a Romanian reality TV show. Like, one of the contestants there was a Ushikushi waifu. And she was doing OnlyFans. So my wife, documents herself, finds out what it is. And then, like, says to me, it's like, can you imagine the shame, right? Like, imagine the shame of showing yourself to the world. And I'm like, no. Like, that's not even the problem. No. Imagine, like, what does a woman have that's most important, right? Like, her body, her vagina, her titties, like, those are sacred for a woman, right? Now imagine that you're showing your booba to the internet, right? So you put your tits on the table for the entire internet to see. And not a single person gives a fuck. You don't get a single like. You don't get a single dollar. No one can. Now that is humiliating. And I'm willing to bet that that is the story of tens of thousands young women that tried to do sex work as real work but failed because the competition is strong. Competing against the anime lady is next to impossible, right? Like Gargura gets more viewers than all these other girls, much to the dismay and horror of people like Brittany Venti. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. Thank you for the 10 euros. Sad Cabbage says, let's be clear, this is not Gamergate 2.0. Gamergate never ended. They just disappear from the public and just keep doing their shady stuff behind the scenes. The thing with Gamergate is, like, what was its mission goal, right? If it was to destroy the game journalistic outlet, it would never be possible because most of these individuals were getting their money from parent companies. So even if overnight everyone stopped reading Vice magazine, Vice magazine would have still gone on for years because it would get money from its parent companies. The thing that Gamergate did was to cause millions of dollars in damages to these publications due to social pressure, due to advertiser boycotts. This is the stuff that they're doing now to social media. But yeah, like the individuals, like, look, if you're getting a third party and these video game companies do not care about the customer anymore and instead they care about getting funding from BlackRock, it doesn't matter if you buy their game or not. They want to have good ESG, so they get the loan and they publish the product. So even if you wouldn't buy it, they still make cash. Now, of course, it's not sustainable. Like, at the end of the day, you have to return the investment. At the end of the day, you have to actually have some customers. And it seems that this year, the chickens have come home to roost. But up until now, yeah, they were definitely still milking the market. I do suspect that in the future they will change. If they don't change, they will be replaced by other companies. A lot of people ask, it's like, what are the indie games, right? So where's the indie games? The problem with the indie games, and I'm telling you this as an indie game developer myself. First of all, you still have Steam. And if you want to publish your game, you still have, not necessarily to be ESG compliant, but you can't make another Postal. Like, you can't make an edgy game, right? So you still have to play it safe. And making indie games, it's kind of expensive. Like, if you want even a semi-decent looking game, it's around $30,000. And the main problem with it is, like, how do you raise awareness? Like, how do people know that you've made the game? Because the main issue is that the gaming press is not going to talk about it. Most journalists won't even bring it up. Unless your game is, like, phenomenal. So this is why you don't get a lot of indie games. There are, but, like, you don't know about them because the press doesn't talk about them, right? So Um, it's sad to see how many indie games are doing the body type A B bullshit. Are they though? I haven't noticed though. I haven't noticed. I'm playing Dead Cells now. There's no body type A B. But take into account that many of these ideologues are already infiltrated in the indie games. Like there are people that genuinely believe, like unironically, they believe in the body type AB bullshit. So they're making indie games as well. Usually, like these individuals, once they get in a company, they kick up a fuss unless you do what they do. But take into account that indie games can also have BlackRock investment. Like ESG funding is available for many companies. So even an indie game, yeah, even an indie company can like push for ESG in order to get a cheap loan. Hi V, hope all is well. Your day is going good. It is. Thank you for asking. I want to show you something. Let me show you something that it moved me, chat. Can I say that? It moved me. This is an interesting English expression. It doesn't exist in Romanian. It's like when you see something that moved you. It's like, where did it move you? Anyway. Let me see if I can find it. I need to go on Grooms's account. He posted about it. So this is what moved me. Because it's something that I don't think I will ever see again. I don't think my child is going to see this. I don't think that we're ever going to experience this magic in the future. So here you have people waiting for World of Warcraft chat. And apparently the line was twice as big going around the building. So you would have a line that would start at the door. It was like communist bread lines, right? It started at the door, it would go around the building, and then there was another line that went around. So all these people wanted to buy World of Warcraft. And what Groom says is like, I remember the huge line for World of Warcraft we had at Fry's wrapped around the building twice. They didn't have enough copies, so I sent people to the office to get our extra inventory. We sat at the table and signed copies well past midnight. There was also a radio station DJing in the parking lot. So why does it give me nostalgia? Well, several reasons. Like, first of all, the reason you don't get to see this now is because, obviously, you know, you have digital purchasing. But it's not the line that I have nostalgia for. It's the fact that there was a game that was so hyped, and people, like, legitimately were excited to play it. Like, people would actually feel excitement. It's like, tomorrow that game releases. I haven't had this feeling for like the last 5 years, sweet baby Jesus. When is the last time you were actually hyped about something? Huh? Like that feeling, you know, like you come home from work, you had a tiring week, you can finally relax, and your hobby is now producing something great. And you're like, you know what, tomorrow that thing comes out, and you're excited, you're hyped. I miss that fucking feeling. I want that feeling back, and unfortunately, I never getting it. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was looking at my Steam, and it's like, oh, this game is coming out tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. And not only that, when you were at that line, you know what? No one was talking about diversity, inclusivity. Let's talk about transgender issues. What do you think about the LGBTQs? How do you think about the Democrats? What is Biden doing? Oh, but the evil Trump MAGA. No one was talking about this shit here. People were talking, oh, did you see that night elf? My God, she had some tits. My God, she has some tits on the box. She wants me to purchase her. She wants me to take her home, to get that box home. But unfortunately, all those boxes are sold, so I get the evil dwarf. I get the stinky dwarf with a beard. Or the fat Tauren. Instead of getting like that fat night elf tits. That's what people were talking about. And you could relate. You could relate with someone. You could tell someone, it's like, hey, you like World of Warcraft, right? And that's it, like, you connected. You were two brothers, you know, it was an identity that you chose. You weren't born with this identity, you made it your own because that is something that you liked and you could connect with people sharing the same fucking identity. I didn't care. Like in my guild, I had a woman, single mother. She was from Constanza. She had a daughter, but she played a priest. And my god, like she was a really great priest. The tank, Saudi Arabia. He had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend had to ask permission from him to join the raid, and I could only get her if they both came. Great tank, by the way. The girl was a good healer as well. We didn't give a fuck. Oh, you're from Saudi Arabia. Oh, you're... No one cared. No one. It was like World of Warcraft. What do you think about the Alliance? You saw what they did yesterday? They came into Ogrimmar, and they raided. Oh, that's great. Oh, what about the guild? Oh, that guild? Nvidia got banned for cheating. Like, wasn't it clever use of game mechanics? No, apparently they said they cheated. Oh, how can they cheat? It's like yesterday it was clever use of game mechanics. Now they cheated. Yes. The mods may be bribed by the other guilds. You know, by method. That's what people used to talk about. That's what I fucking used to talk about. I didn't talk about like LGBTs, and I didn't talk about California and the crime rate and immigration. And it's like, what are your pronouns? No, we didn't talk about that. Spring Commander was a great game. Deep Rock Galactic is the only game I look forward to. Are they making another Supreme Commander? I remember like trying to install it and play it again, and unfortunately there's no one else to play. I'm pretty sure like there's a method, like you gotta install 5 things, and then you go to like some obscure website, and you actually have to interact with the person so they would play with you. If you like Supreme Commander, check out Beyond All Reason. Maybe I already have. Like there was one that was like Supreme Commander, but unfortunately, they had like this weird planet thing where the map was spherical. Let me check Beyond All Reason. Let me see what it's about. Beyond All Reason. Is it going to be like a lame thing? It doesn't appear on Steam though. Yeah, it doesn't appear on Steam. I don't know. Maybe it's good, I guess. Beyond All Reason game. Real-time strategy. Alright. I found it with Bing. Why does it look... Oh my god, this actually looks good. Hold on, let me check. Scale and realism. All units and projectiles are simulated in real time. Look at this shit. This looks good. Possible strategy. Countless of them. Compare units. This is good. This looks good. I like it. Download and play for free. Oh, well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I was supposed to work on my game, but now I shall be the commander. And I shall lead my armies to battle. Looks pretty cool. You know what would be cool? If it had succubies. If it had succubies in it, it would be cooler. But it is what it is. If it's any good, just tell me. I think it's a Supreme Commander ripoff. And if it's a Supreme Commander ripoff, then it's good by definition. I'm not against clone games, by the way. Like, sometimes clone games are excellent. Especially if, like, I really like the original, and then you make a clone game that's like the original. I'm like, okay, well, there's more of that. That's great. Like, for instance, man, let me think of something. Age of Empires. I like Age of Empires. If you make a clone that's like Age of Empires, like a clone game, why wouldn't I like it? It's like, it's still Age of Empires. If you make a StarCraft clone, great, I'll play it. That's like... I don't get like the people like there's this weird mentality, like if it's a clone game everyone goes like, oh my god, it's a clone game, but if it's a sequel and it's literally the same shit, oh, so good, or even worse. Do you notice that all the fucking games are like Assassin's Creed? Like every single one of them, right? I keep saying this on my other channel, but like, name me this game. It's a third person game, so you see your character from behind. You walk around an open world and you climb a tower, and once you climb the tower you get to see what's around you, so you now have like a portion of the map revealed, and you can compete in quests or secondary quests. As you're killing things, you're leveling up, and there's like a talent tree, but by the end of the game you're going to have a point in everything, so it's not like you can specialize or anything. You have craftables, like you gather components and you use those components to craft gear. What game am I describing, huh? Pretty much all of them, right? I mean, it's literally every single one. Far Cry is like that. Assassin's Creed is like that. What was the other game that they made? Oh, the Horizon Zero Dawn is like that. It's like almost every single fucking game is like that. Spider-Man is like that. Yeah, Batman is like that. Arkham Knight is like that. Suicide Squad, I think, is like that. Witcher 3 is not like that. Witcher 3, first of all, doesn't have towers that you're supposed to climb. It doesn't, I mean, it does have craftables, I suppose. I don't know, like Witcher 3 actually has role-playing game elements, so it's different because it has things that the others don't. And the combat is actually more interesting. But yeah, Far Cry is first person. Okay, fine. Completely different experience, yes, because it's first person. GTA is not like that. Yeah, GTA is not like that. No, it's true, it's not. Like the point isn't that like in GTA you don't have experience, right? You don't XP, you don't level up. I think like one of the differences is also like when you level up in The Witcher, it's actually significant. Like when you actually get a point, and I think like if I'm not mistaken that if you finish the game, you don't get to put points in everything, right? So like it has replayability. You can actually replay the game, and there's like things that are different now. That's another thing, you know, like all these open world games, they have like one ending. The other ones, they have multiple endings. Witcher has beautiful females. So apparently they're remaking The Witcher, the first one. The first thing that they're removing is the sex card game. Like, I didn't even need to check. I was like, oh, I'm reading about The Witcher, and it's like, for the modern audience. Oh, and I was like, oh, well, absolutely, like, the sex cards are the first thing to go. Man, there are so many things that I would say about the modern audience, but if I were to say anything about that on YouTube, I would get banned. In fact, I have things to say about the modern audience that if I were to say it in other places, it would come back on YouTube and ban me. You know what? I'm going to say to the aristocratic utensil, I will whisper him what the modern audience is on Discord, and he gets to tell the chat whether or not it's funny what I have to say, okay? Like how else you can describe the modern audience? Where the fuck is he? Message me on Twitter. Oh, on message me on Discord. I can't find. Ah, there we go. I found it. What do you think, Spoons? Huh? What do you think? Would I get banned if I were to say that? Would I get banned? Huh? Would I get in trouble? And how accurate am I as well? Like it's just 2 words. Instead of modern audience, you replace it with 2 other words, and all of a sudden it makes sense. Isn't my description of the modern audience fitting it to a T? Like to an absolute T. Like there is no escaping it. It's like literally I have described it so accurately that they would have to ban it. I'm not going to say the yabai. Let's see. 10 out of 10. He would get banned. Then we fucking go. It is so accurate. How accurate is it though? Look. Dead on the body. The thing that you guys do not understand. I am sitting here shackled. I am in chain. Like my creativity is not allowed. I cannot spread my wings. No, it's like trolleys and flavors. All right, like that's how you can summarize. Trolleys, right? How do you pronounce trolleys or trolleys? Trolleys and flavors. Use your imagination. There we go. See, I managed to somehow get the message across without actually. No, too long didn't read, Spoons. You're trying too hard. See, I just summarized it with 2 words. Like, it only took 2 words that are hyper expressive, to the point, right? Just, those are the people that modern entertainment is made for. This is why, like, oh my god, there's a woman in it. Please, cover her breasts. Make sure that she has a square jaw. Make her have broad shoulders. More muscles into her. Put more muscles into her. Make her like Abby. Yes, like Abby. Now make her old. Older. She still looks like a child. Now it's good. 45 years old. Yes, that is perfect for the modern audience. Is it just me, or the right-wing Puritans were less insufferable? The right-wing Puritans at least had some consistency. They had like some logic behind their censorship. Like you kind of knew what ticks them off. With the left, you don't fucking know. Like again, I have no problem making friends with people from all walks of life, people from all ideologies. But the ones that I don't is like the American woke. There is something about those people. I don't know why, right? Like 1 second, everything is fine, and they're welcoming, and they hug, and they ooh and shit. And then it's like a switch, like something flips. Like they get triggered from everything, you know? It's like something flips, and not only that they don't like it, they want to ruin your life. Like they will invest into going and trying to destroy everything that is about you. A perfect example, Pikami wants to play her video games, right? Like she wants to play Hogwarts. And that, like, the switch flips. They don't care anymore, right? Like 1 second, oh, Pikami is so funny, haha, oh, look, VTuber, she's so entertaining. She wants to play Hogwarts. That bitch. You know, it's like what, with normal people, there's a dial. Right? Like for instance, if I do something that upsets someone, they like you notice that they're a little bit irked, right? And if you keep upsetting them, then they get a little bit more upset. Eventually, they may even talk to you. And you know, after a while, if you keep upsetting them and you keep pushing them, they will block or mute. But like with these individuals, like a switch, it's like 1 second, it goes from 100 to minus 100. And it's just like the span of a second. Hogwarts was definitely woke. I mean, the moment that they realized, oh my god, oh, we don't like J.K. Rowling. She is transphobic in chief, but we like her money. We like her cash. These individuals, holy shit, like what was it? Ricky Gervais, like perfectly summed it up. It's like when he went to Hollywood and told the actors, if ISIS had the streaming account, you would call your agent. This is what they're doing, right? It's like, oh, you know, we need to represent. Representation matters. Representation matters. Oh, what's that? China, you want us to ban LGBT characters so we can have our blockbuster movie into China? Well, I guess we have to do it. I mean, China, you know, if you pay your homophobia tax, just like J.K. Rowling, she pays the transphobia tax. So therefore, I mean, what can we do? We gotta put the content, you know, like we're going to do what's necessary. So in the case of J.K. Rowling, they were like, all right, well, I suppose I suppose we have to deal with the devil, right? Like we gotta deal with the devil, like we don't like. So we're just going to compensate by making our game woke, and like the pandering was off the charts. They even had a voice actor which was clearly female, and by the launch they used a voice changer in order to make her sound male. Women's shelters is not transphobic. Like, you can't talk reason to these individuals. Again, like, the reason that they're upset is because J.K. Rowling isn't donating her money to what charities they want. Like that is it. That is why they some ACLU lawyer called J.K. Rowling committing transgenocide. Like literally, that's it. That's what J.K. Rowling is doing. Like I actually tried at one point to figure out, okay, what is she doing that's pissing them off so much? Like what the fuck did she possibly do that they pissed them off to the point where they're harassing VTubers because like she makes money out of the game? And it turns out that she doesn't want to donate her money to certain charities that are like women's shelters that allow biological men to get in, right? So like she just wants women's shelter that only allow biological women to get in, and that's the ones that she's donating. And this is causing the freak out. This is keeping people awake at night. They it's enough to get their 5 minutes of hate. It's so fucking bizarre. Whenever I think of Hogwarts, my mind goes to the Mary Sue, black African, uber powerful girl who can cast magic with her bare hands. I haven't played the game, so I don't know. But there should be like some explanation for it, because like all the wizards, they need the wand in order to like that's the whole shtick, right? Like you need the wand. That's literally the plot in Harry Potter. It's like the deaf wand, like the most powerful wand, and they need, right? So if you have like someone that can just cast magic with their hands, it's this is a really big plot breaking thing. Well, actually, was it the Dobby? What was Dobby? The elf. Like elves can cast magic with their hands, right? Remember, Slavs are people of color to the ACLU. They were oppressed more so. Yeah, it's only ideological. Like if they see you're a white guy, you got white privilege. It doesn't work. Is she gonna like? Do you think there's a spin-off between Hogwarts and that movie that's coming out? What is it called? The Society of the Magical Negro. By the way, is that movie out? When is it coming out? Hold on. So the Society of the Magic. Do you know that Arch is afraid to say this name on his channel? But it's like, why are you afraid, Arch? It's a blockbuster film. It's coming out. It's probably going to be great. I mean, it's got. Ironically, it may actually sell. I do think it is. So release date, January 19th. Sundance. What is Sundance? Oh, so it's like at a film festival. Alright, so people actually saw it. March 15th. What day is it today? Oh, so it's like in a couple of weeks. Let's see. On the review aggregator, right at the top. Who the fuck cares? Like, this is a bot website. We know that this is in the pocket of the filmmakers. It's like an extension of the PR arm of the companies. I don't fucking care what Rotten Tomatoes says. Although, I will say that when you actually... What studio released this? Universal Pictures, okay. When Universal Pictures is incapable of buying the critics, that goes to show just how shit Universal Pictures has become. Like, you don't have the money to pay the critics anymore? Wow. Holy shit. So, 35% of 23 critics reviews are positive. Wait, why are you... Look at how conniving these activists on Wikipedia are. Like, if you have 35% positive, isn't it normal to say that you have 65% of reviews negative? Like, isn't this how you'd start? Who talks like this? It's like, oh yeah, well, 5% of the reviews are positive. No! People would say the movie is so shit that 95% of the reviews are garbage. This is how normal people talk. Who wrote this thing? Who's this Wikipedia editor? Can I see who? Huh? 35 of the percent are positive. No! 65 are negative. Talk like a normal human. No one talks like this. The fuck? It's like, they're like a car salesman. They're trying to tell you the good things about the car, you know? It's a Trabant, it's a vintage. It's like, yeah, but it can't run. Its engine is down. No, shh. The engine runs. Like 95% of the time, yes, it doesn't run, but like those 5%. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film score of 54 out of 100 based on 12 critics. Again, like when it's 12 critics, no one gives a fuck. It's 12 critics? That's not enough people. It's not enough people to judge whether or not it's worth go seeing the movie. It's like, imagine if I were to make like 12 people on the forums. Who the fuck cares? Oh, but they're critics. Yeah, they're random twats that were hired by a multi-million-dollar corporation, but they're twats nonetheless. Robert Daniels gave the film 1 out of 4 stars, and it says it lacks form, edge, politics, coherency, and the grand vision necessary for the vast world building. It's a film that begins on a volatile ground only to tumble out. I hate it when they do this. Do they do this at IFAP as well? Rags, are you watching this? When you talk about Dead Space, and I'm not there, and you're not saying that it's woke. Do you also express yourself like, the film begins on volatile ground, only to tumble down a tunnely rocky hill before setting on the conclusion so emotionally dissonant that it clang rings louder than the minor... What is this nonsense? Like, a film doesn't begin on volatile ground, okay? Like, it's bites on a computer. There's no ground, there's no volatility. There is no tumbling down a tonally rocky hill. What the fuck? Why can't critics talk like humans? Do you think they talk like this in real life? Like when they join their mother for the dinner table at Thanksgiving? And mother's like, so how do you like the turkey? It is an interesting dish, but unfortunately, mother, it tumbles down on a tonally rocky hill before it sets into a conclusion of flavor into my mouth. Do they talk like this in real life? Is there anyone that reads this thing and is like, wow, this is so interesting? Is that intended as a spin-off or prequel? I'm not familiar. Well, no, it's like, as I said, the movie The Society of Magical Negro, it shows like black people having magical powers, and I'm like, maybe that's connected to Hogwarts. They are called metaphors. Yeah, but dude, if I go on a website in order to read about something, right? Like read about a movie, the last thing that I want is to be bombarded with garbage metaphors. Because that's the thing that ticks me off, Too many metaphors. And they're shitty metaphors at that. Like they're not interesting metaphors. They're not telling you anything you want to know. It's like, okay, it can be summarized with, I didn't like the movie. If you talk like this, you're like the modern audience. Yes, especially the one that I described to you. If you talk like this in real life, you get punched. But at least back when I was in school. I don't know like how they deal with people now, but if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, it's filled with metaphors. And I'm like, but like, why? Do people enjoy reading metaphor? Like, you're not a fucking poet. I go with Metacritic to know whether or not I should spend money on that movie because I'm not a rich fuck. So I need to to judge my money accordingly, right? It's like $60 in order to see a movie. Well, actually, no, sorry. It's $40, right? But you buy some popcorn. So at the end of the day, you pay $60 to go to the cinema. And I have to take my wife. So for me, it's $120 to go to the cinema. So I want to know, is this movie worth it or not? So you go to Rotten Tomato. The last thing I want is metaphors. Just shut the fuck up. Like, did you like it or not? And are you a critic or not? Because if you're a critic and you didn't like it, chances are it may be good. If you're a critic and you liked it, then definitely it's shit. Yeah, the elves are powerful in the lore. Maybe the reviewers are not writing reviews for potential viewers, but they're investors. I don't fucking know. Yeah, you pay for a movie. But of course I paid for a movie. It's called going out. When you have a woman, whether it's your girlfriend, a wife, or someone you're trying to seduce, you have to go out. You gotta do something. Sometimes going to the cinema is great, because you don't have to talk. You can just relax. Notice how they use 10 to 30 sentences so that they can say what is needed in one. Yeah. No, it's people are finding out that the individuals associated with sweet baby Jesus are anti-Semitic. Man, I love the thing, like in 2024, no one cares until like if you want to get a leftist cancel, you can call him transphobic, you can call him racist, like it's like water off of Goose's ass. But the moment you call them anti-Semitic, oh shit, that sticks. That sticks. Now it's time to cancel them. We'll talk about anti-Semitism in a bit, but look at this. This one is my favorite meme. You know that the internet is invested in something when memes are being made. Something's wrong. The game sounds too good to be true. Hey Tranel, is the game diverse? Sure, honey, we're using Sweet Baby Ink. The game is dead. That's my favorite. But speaking of anti-Semitismus, I saw this interesting thing in the UK, right? Like in the UK, there was in politics the conversation about refugees and immigrants, and you know, like they have a knife crime epidemic and all that stuff. And for years the politician didn't do nothing. Like, oh, it's working as intended, I guess. But now that you have marches with like Free Palestine and stuff, now you have Rishi Sunak going, if we get that, you know, we can actually deport people now. So we're thinking about taking away their right to stay. We're taking away their visa. And I'm like, really? This is what it took. This is what it took. So you're basically saying that if someone goes on a knife spree epidemic, you're just putting him in jail, but then you're releasing him back to the public. Like that's, you know, a rehabilitated member of the community. But if someone goes like in a march and goes like Free Palestine and shit, yeah, we need to take action, deport the. Interesting. Yeah, by the way, something bizarre happened this year, chat. Maybe it's because of Bud Light or something. But the LGBT flag didn't get an update. Did you guys see that? Did you guys notice that? Alright, so let me show you what I mean. This is the original pride flag, right? Like this is the conservative pride. This is what Donald Trump waves. Unironically, like Google Donald Trump waving LGBT flag. Like this is the conservative flag, right? This is the hold on. After that, they added black and brown on it. I guess black and brown are sexualities now. It's not here. But then they also added this. Like I really love this flag for so many reasons. This is the Amazon flag, I call it, because they had like tape, and they were sealing their packages with it. It shows how Marxism is eating away at the what actually used to be the original ideology, right? So like this was the original ideology, and it's like, okay, well, we are people who are persecuted due to our sexuality, we are born this way, right? And now you have like literally Marxism, the Marxist ideology, and it's like constantly eating away at the original flag. And then like they keep updating it, so they have like the black and brown, and then they added this, and then they added a circle, and it's like this year they added nothing. They added nothing, and I'm like curious why there was no update. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Also, fun fact, did you know that this is not copyrighted and this one is? Like, I'm not kidding. I don't know, like, if companies have to pay royalties to use this or some shit. But I know that this one isn't copyrighted. Because the person that created this flag actually wanted it to be in public domain. And they're like, well, it's for everyone. You want to do activism, you do this. This one isn't. This is the Corpo flag. This is the American Corpo flag. And apparently, it is copyrighted. The more you dig, the more hilarious it gets. People don't say ZOG for no reason. There's a guide at the top right, no recent patch. Let me look at the guide. Hold on, you're right. There is a guide at the top right. Oh my god. Yeah, like so many of these are redundant. Because like one encompasses another. But alright, so you have like gay pride. You have intersex, genderqueer, bisexual, asexual, two-spirit, transgender, straight ally. Wow, like straight allies get a flag? I remember that super straight actually managed to get like a really offensive. They were considered like, no, super straight is offensive. No, we get rid of that. No. Pride progress. Like seriously, what is the difference between pride progress and all the other? Right? This is why I'm saying it's redundant. Like, if you have the gay pride, why do you need the lesbian one as well? That doesn't like this one, the LGBT, and it's not gay. Like, they changed the name of it in order to include the others. This was LGBT. Like, when you saw this, it was LGBT. So if you have this, you also have the other ones, right? You also have bisexual, you also have lesbians, you also have like all these other ones. It's just like, I guess it's like to inflate the numbers to make it look bigger than it is. I don't know. It's just weird. They added the intersex symbol in 2024. Isn't that like the circle? The circle was added before. No. The circle was added before 2024. I can go and look. I think it was added in 2022. Like, it always existed. Don't gaslight me. Don't fucking gaslight me. I go to Twitter. I spend my day on Twitter. And I cannot be gaslit. Look at this. It was always here, right? Australia Defence Force captain now allowed to wear female uniform. All right. But yeah, so like this was before 2024. I'm sorry, but no, it was the last edition. It was the last edition. I will say this. It was the last patch. Can we not send links on YouTube? I don't know. Dude, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I just play the game. I've seen the Ukrainian flag added. Oh my fucking god, I seen it as well. Like, I remember when the whole conflict started, and you would go on YouTube, sorry, you go on Twitter, and you would see someone with the Ukrainian flag, and I was like, Eastern European. I guess they are going to have some base takes. And I was talking with them, and I was like, getting like the worst lib shit takes that you can possibly get. And it's like, holy shit, this guy isn't from Ukraine. This guy is from California, yeah. Why am I talking with someone from California, yeah? Help. I do not consent. I do not want to talk with Californian people. I wanted to talk with fellow Eastern Europeans about the conflict. We need to have like census day. By the way, speaking of the conflict, did you guys know that Germany got intercepted. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. But before I do, hold on. This one is absolutely great. So, look at this. Look how simple it is to print money in 2024. Look how simple it is for China to print money. Nikkei hits 600 million in revenue. 600 million. Holy fucking shit. Right? 600 million. Oh, I destroyed the company with my freaking mind. Budget. $100 billion. Down the fucking drain. Down the fucking drain, chat. The reality of Western gaming. What can you say? But it's not even that, right? Like, you look at VTubers, you look at their models, and you know what I realized? You know what I realized, chat? Because I struggle. It's like all the female characters in the West, all of them right now, they're lacking something. And I literally like tried to figure out like what that is. Like, what are Western female characters lacking? What is it that they don't have? And I saw this picture. This is from an official account. It's from Halo, celebrating women in Halo. And I was like what do these women lack? What is it that they don't have? And the answer is cuteness. None of them are cute. Did you notice that? Like, they're avoiding cuteness as the fucking plague. For some reason, I don't know, I think it's the Zoomers, I can't tell, but they associate cuteness with children. Even if, like, you can have a cute woman that's adult, like Stellar Blade, right? Like, that character is cute. You can have, like, Chan-Li is cute. Right? Like, you can have a female character that's adult and is cute. Like she looks adorable. The West is afraid of that. It's like the fucking kryptonite. Like, look at this. You know, like, this is not cute. Look at her expression. And I like, but why though? Like you know what the market wants. You look at mobile gaming. You look at VTubing. You know what they want. Why not give it to them? They used to give it to us. Look at Mr. T. Or any of the 90s cartoons that I grew up with. Josie and the Pussycats. You know, Daphne was cute. From Scooby-Doo. I grew up with that. Even when you look at the hair. Right? So, like, look at the hair. This is, like, one of the most important things. When you look at an anime girl, it has hair accessories. Like she's gotta put a butterfly, a hairpin, or something. Because it's cute and women like that. They do that in real life. At least in Romania. I don't know about in California. But like women in real life, they always put something in their hair in order to make it look better. None of these do that. None of them do that. And it's like, why though? Like you know what the market wants? Like, okay, so you're not going to put things to make them cute, but you're going to give them scars, right? So like scars are fine, cellulitis is fine, aging them up is fine. Like all of the, look at it, look how many scars this one has. And I know, oh, it's Halo. Yeah, it's Halo, it's supposed to look there. Shut the fuck up. All the Western entertainment is the same. There are excuses for every single entertainment. How about you make excuses in order to start showing some fan service? How about that? Every single time. Always the lore. Always blah, blah, blah. I'm just waiting for the special ancient Hindu symbol to be added. It is inevitable. The twisted knot that is leftist logic will eventually intersect these 2 points and will be very interesting. Dude, you're reminding me that my friend, Slime-sama, Japanese man, who kept insisting on using the manji everywhere, has been gone AWOL for 8 weeks. 8 weeks without, 8 days. 8 days without Slime-sama. Legend has it that one day he will return. No, it's like, they do this every single time, you know, like when they desexualize Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, like her core essence is the sexuality. She's like the most original villain ever because she uses sexuality as her superpower. Like she's so sexy that she mind controls men, and if she kisses you, you're dead, right? So you can't have sex with her or anything. Like she will murder you if you give in to the lust and desire. That's the essence of her character. So they make her into a child. Make her into a child. And they're like, oh, well, but the story is like, shut the fuck up. You're the one writing the story. You wrote it like that. I mean, no, seriously, like they will say, well, it's Halo, so it's okay for women to look like this. Sure, you know, there are animes that are militaristic in nature, like Attack on Titan. And the women look drop dead gorgeous. Like Mikasa. Like, there's nothing stopping you from making sexy women. There's no reason why not. They sell. It's entertainment. Your purpose is to sell. It's not to create a simulation. Like, you're not supposed to simulate how the future is going to be like. No, you're supposed to sell the product. And you know what? People want to buy. So give it to them. It's not rocket science. Pisses me off that you get Nikkei outselling the West. All the millennial women in HR are now 35, 40, so they need to make sure the characters are less attractive than they are. Man, that is like the, okay. Like, let me tell you the Steam censorship, right? Like, Steam censorship of visual novels. And, after that, you can understand a lot of the mentality in the West. And okay, so, in the beginning, Valve says that, anything, like, they're allowing porn. Right? So, like, adult games are fine on Steam as long as it's legal. Right? So, no lolly thing, no underage stuff, like, no prepubescent children, basically. Okay. So, people were okay with that. It's like, well, at least they're allowing porn now. Like, this is the censorship. It's easy to know. It's like, okay, this looks like a child. Okay, not put it in. People were okay. Then they expanded the definition and they said, no, actually, under 18. Right? So, like, even in Romania, if 16 is legal, well, if you want to sell your game on Steam, make sure that all the characters are 18. So no 16, right? My Hero Academia doesn't go there. Saran Kagura, if it had any sex scenes in it, it wouldn't go there. So 18. Okay, fine. Then it expands further and it says, well, you know what? Even if they are 18, even if you say that they are 18, if they don't look 18, like if a character looks 17, then we're not selling your game. So now you have like visual novels that, due to the art style, because like when you make an anime character, it doesn't have any wrinkles, it doesn't have any, right? Like their faces look pristine, so especially the big eyes as well, the way anime is drawn, it's like, okay, well now you need to make characters look 18. So massive tits, massive ass, because otherwise, right? And then the censorship expands and it's like, okay, even if they're 18, even if they look 18, if it happens in a school, that game is going to be banned. So now you're like, okay, so no more school romance. Like school romance, first of all, its main function is that it gives nostalgia to people, and it's also for teenagers to relate. Like if you're a teenager and you're in school, you know, like you can relate with that visual novel. Or if you are a teenager, and by the way, at this point I have to mention, even if it doesn't have sexual content in it. So even if it's like not rated adult only, if it's in a school, but it has like some fan service or sexy jokes, no, right? Like that's now a ban. So, the reason for the school is that certain themes and tropes and comedy can only be displayed like that. So for instance, you know, he falls over and accidentally touches her breast and she slaps him. Classic fan service, right? You can't do that like if they're 35. Adults don't behave like that. So anyway, right, they got rid of that. Alright, nothing that takes place in school. Characters need to have massive tits. Everything needs to be made absolutely certain that people understand of anything. Now it's, let me see what did they expand it on. Yeah, the art style. They only go after the anime, by the way. Like you can have Western games like Life is Strange, right? Life is Tumblr, which has the game taking place in a school. It's got lesbian sex in it. It's got like all of this shit. The characters are minors, but because it's made in the West, because it's made in the good old US of A, because it's not anime, that goes on Steam. Now, what's interesting is that a lot of the people that are pushing for this censorship happen to be Zoomers, they happen to be furries, or they happen to like LGBT content. Like, it was recently, like, this is the recent controversy on Twitter. It was discovered that there was a Discord server ran by 4 artists that draw a lot of gay cartoons, right? Like muscle men, you know, like that type of thing. Like, they never draw women. They just draw muscular men. And they had a Discord server, and they were using it to harass Japanese artists. And I'm like, okay. I mean, this is where the censorship is coming from. It's just bizarre. It's weird. To me, it looks like they're trying to take down competition. It's like if you're an artist and you're noticing that your commissions are going down, because they were going after AI art as well, right? So it's like they're trying to take down competition. It's not about like, oh, protecting children. No. It's literally about this. It's like, why are Japanese artists getting commissions and I'm not? So if we take down the competition, then more people will come to us. It's not about hypocrisy. It's just like cold, calculated capitalism. It's like cold, hard capitalism. It's been happening since the manga started demolishing comics. Yes, like unironically, like they are trying to find justifications to crack down on anime. Because they are seething with jealousy. They cannot stand that it sells so fucking well. They also went after other gay artists. I don't have the list of whom they went after. All I noticed is that every single time I see someone against anime and they're like absolutely foaming at the mouth, when you go into their likes, when you go into their profile, almost 9 out of 10 times you notice that they're either a furry or they're drawing lustful men doing lewd things to one another. Again, it's like, it's fine, you know, if you're into that, but like, why are you going after things that are not for you? Like, why are you going after things that, you know, cater to the male gaze? Like My Hero Academia or Demon Slayer. Like, why do you go after those? Like, what, you're the pillar of the community? Like when you're at the dinner table with your mother, do you tell her what you draw? You know, it's like, it's just weird. I don't know. And one of the things they're also targeting on Twitter is incest. I didn't know that, again, like things that are drawn. Like, to me, it sounds weird. I'm not into the genre, but I imagine, like, if you have a manga about 2 sisters or whatever, it's not your sister, though. Like, how does that work? Like, why is it immoral? And even then, like, if you're going to judge every single fantasy, okay, like, what are you going to do next? Ban, I don't know, non-consent? But like, a lot of women are into Twilight and True Blood. And it's like a vampire that forces themselves. Like, that's non-consent, but women like it. Because it's a fantasy, right? Like, just because you like vampires in fantasy, it doesn't mean you like them in real life. Like, for example, my fantasy has succubis in it. Doesn't mean that I want, like, if there was a real-life succubi, I would go to it. You know, it's just like, there's fact and fiction. But whatever, you know, Americans and the Anglosphere in general always had difficulty in differentiating. You can go through Baldur's Gate 3 and not bang bears or dudes. Yeah, but like, even if you go through Baldur's Gate 3 and you bang the bear, that doesn't mean that you would do it in real life, right? 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 Please tell me I'm right. I'm guessing I'm still in my normie phase, but this sounds insane. Well, the reason it's insane is that it's people's livelihoods, right? Like, most of these artists, they make money on Twitter and they feed their families. That's the only reason that I care. It's not that I can't find whatever you want on the internet. It's just that, like, there's real people that are getting hurt by this over trivial nonsense. This may be problematic when my manga gains steam. It definitely will. Yeah, like people that have the mommy fetish, right? Like, that was quite common. It's like you're having the mommy fetish, and it's like the stepmom type of thing. Like, that's not really your mother, right? Like it's just I don't know. It's so bizarre. It's like this is like what they're spending their time going after. Okay. Well, I guess I wish them luck in their jihad. You know, what can I say? um Yeah, it's like Dragon Maid, the popular anime on Crunchyroll. I don't like, oh my god, oh no, it's Dragon Maid. If you're watching it, you're shut the fuck up. The thing is, like, the West has so much of it. Game of Thrones is filled with it, and they will always say, yeah, but like Game of Thrones isn't meant for you to spank. And I'm like, yeah, but like, did it occur to you that, for example, I watch Dragon Maid with my wife for the comedy? We don't spank at it. When I have sex with my wife, I don't think of Dragon Maid. But it's funny, it's hilarious. It's a comedy show. Like, for fuck's sakes, you know, just because like some other people don't watch it responsibly, I don't understand why I should be punished. It's not even like I should be punished. It's just like it's another entertainment that they think it shouldn't exist. So instead, I should watch Disney or I should watch Netflix. It's like, I don't want to watch those. They're disgusting and gross. Like, I'm sorry to say this. Yes, I think Disney and Netflix are more icky than Dragon Maid. It's all aesthetics. It's like all the aesthetics are for the purpose of spanking. Like, I can watch a statue of Venus without spanking it. It's and by the way, like, if the anime has like some characters that I like the Dragon Maid, what's her name? Fuck. You know, I like that character. And there are like there's another dragon that I like, the one with big titty, the one that's the Aztec goddess. You know, I like those characters. I don't like the others. But I still watch the show. Like, I don't have to like every single character in the show. Thor. Yeah, Thor. Thor. Look how many experts I got in the chat. Holy shit. You guys have a lot of expertise in this. I didn't know. Lukoa, look at this shit. Holy crap. I need to watch more, see? God damn it, I haven't watched it in years. I think it's like 4 years since I haven't watched it. But yeah, and ironically, like it's how I got my wife into anime. I said, okay, let's watch this comedy. We watched a couple of episodes and she was hooked. But no, I found out on Twitter, horrible show. Oh my god, disgusting, vile, oh repugnant. Oh, how can you like something like this? It's like, it's a comedy. What the fuck? There's no sex in it. Jesus Christ. There's more sex on Big Mouth and Rick and Morty. Unironically, there's more sex in Rick and Morty than it's... Like, Rick and Morty also has sex for comedy purposes. Like why is the fan service in Rick and Morty fine? But in anime, it isn't. Dragon Maid have 2 seasons now. How the fuck does anime work? You need like 5 years and a decade to pass before you get another season? Should I watch it? I don't know. I would probably not enjoy it as much at this age because I'm a happily married man. So the comedy there wouldn't be as hilarious as it was 4 years ago. But it's a funny show. Like, you watch it for the comedy. It's hilarious. I liked it. I would recommend instead the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a lot cooler. Like, I would probably like Demon Slayer even now. It is what it is. As you grow older, comedy doesn't just ring the same. You know, like a lot of themes and stuff that you liked when you were younger, they don't exist now. Rick and Morty doesn't have incest jokes. It has the incest baby. Right? Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, right, I should end it here. Whoa, 400 people? That's a lot of viewers. I hope you guys will come back tomorrow. Thank you for the super chats, and I'll see you later. Take care.